Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to solve functions, a bit more complex questions. If you're watching for the first time, feel most welcome, and please remember to subscribe, comment on my videos. If you have any questions, just post them on the comment section. I'll be gladly responding to them, okay? So the first question up there, wait, before we even do that, we have three functions to deal with. Function f, function g, and function h, all right? So now A is asking you to find g quarter, all right? So we need to call function g down here because we need it. And function g is 8x minus 5, all right? So what is g quarter? G quarter simply means you take 1/4, put it where x is, right? So you take the position of x there. At this point, you can always type your calculator to avoid making errors, all right? So the first part, 8 into bracket quarter will give us 2. Then the subtraction of 5, you get -3. Okay, that's our answer to that question. Number B wants FF2. So question B is actually a composite function. Composite functions are ones which are, you have one function inside another. All right, so we have function f2 inside function f. So the first thing we want to do is always deal with the inside function first. That is f2. To solve f2, we need function f. So I'll just call function f down here so that I have 3/x plus 2, okay? So let's solve f2. f2, same as the first question, simply means that 2 is taking the place of x in this function. So it means I'll have 3/4, all right? So the inside function is done. So we go to solving the outside function, which is f also. So in this f, we need to put f2, okay? But the whole of f2, we have already done it and found that it's actually 3/4, okay? I'm talking about this one down here. So it means we'll just do f of 3/4. So if you put 3/4 in function f, what do we have? We'll have 3/4 plus 2, okay? At this point, you can simply plug in everything in your calculator. Let me do mine here. We have 3/4, and we are adding 2 down there, all right? So you end up with 12/11, okay? But this kind of looks ugly, all right? So you can simply solve it further to get 1 and 1/11. That's your mixed number, all right? So that can be the answer. This is also the answer, but remember, you can make it better, all right? So number C wants us to solve GGX, giving our answers in simplest form, all right? So what is G? We need G, right? So G is right here. G is, oh guys, remember I'm reading these functions from up there, okay? If you want function F, you pick it there. Function H, you pick it there. Now, do not let this part of the question bring any confusion for you, all right? This simply means that x cannot be -2 for function f, okay? Take an example of having 3 of -2 plus 2. You'll have 3/0. Huh? If you punch this in your calculator, you'll get a math error. So that's all that this extension here means. Huh? It means x cannot be -2 for function f. So that part, we really don't use it in our calculations, okay? So now, let's do GGX. So we need GX down here, and GX is 8x minus 5, all right? 8x minus 5. So now that we have GX, which is the inside function, we need to solve the outside function, which is another G, which is receiving the result of GX. So it's like this G is now receiving the result of GX into it. That means where there is X in function G, you put 8x minus 5. So 8x minus 5 right there. and then we solve the algebra. We can simply open this bracket by distributing the 8, okay? So 8 times 8x is 64x, okay? And then 8 times -5 is -40, and then there's that -5 that was outside the bracket. So we have 64x. -40 minus 5 is -45. Remember to type it in your calculator if you are not sure, okay? The whole of that part. All right, let's move to number D. D says we need the G inverse, okay? That power -1 there means inverse, all right, guys? So we need to find the inverse of function G. How do you get the inverse of a function? The first step is to replace the function name by y. That simply makes, that simplifies the question, okay? So we need function G. Let me just get a different color of pen. We need function G down here. And function G is 8x minus 5. So the first step is to replace the name by y, like that. Very easy. Now, second step is to switch the positions of x and y in that expression, equation rather. So I'll have x equals to 8y minus 5, okay? And then the final step is to make y the subject of your equation, all right? So we need to make y the subject of our equation. So that simply means we can get rid of the 5. So we'll have x plus 5 on the other side equals to 8y. When a number crosses equal sign, the sign changes. So it was negative on the right, on the left-hand side, it will be positive 5. All right. So we have 8y equals to x plus 5. Remember, we only need y. Our interest is y. So now I'll cross my 8 to the other side. 8 was multiplied by the y. That means when it crosses to the other side, it will be divided, all right? So you'll have y equals to x plus 5 and all that over 8, okay? So now your G inverse down here will be x plus 5 over 8. That's the inverse of function G. Okay, so now let's solve E. And to do that, I'll have to clear all this. I want us to solve function E. This question looks scary, but it's very easy. You just need to follow the guidelines, all right? They're saying you take G and subtract F. So what's our function G? Wait, we need G down here. G, where are you? G is 8x minus 5. So my G will be 8x minus 5. 8x minus 5. And what's my function F? Let's look at F. Just a minute. Okay, F is 3 divided by x plus 2. All right, 3 divided by x plus 2. So they want us to subtract these two. You take gx. We're supposed to subtract the whole of function f, 3 over x plus 2. All right. So now to solve this, first thing you need to ensure your negative sign is affecting everyone. Huh? And remember, function, 8x minus 5 can be treated as over 1, right? Because a number over 1 is just that same number. Okay. So now we can have 8x minus 5. We are subtracting 3 over x plus 2, okay? So this is over 1. So we can find the LCM, all right? So the bottom numbers, I wanted to look at the bottom numbers keenly. The bottom numbers, we have 1 and we have x plus 2 for these two fractions, okay? Whenever you have different numbers, like let's say you're adding 9 over 7 plus, let's say 5 over 11. How do you normally get the LCM of these two numbers? By simply multiplying them, right? To get 77. So similarly, in our question, we are going to multiply the bottom numbers so that we have 1 times x plus 2. What's 1 times x plus 2? It's just x plus 2. So that's our new denominator, x plus 2. Then we check. 1 goes into x plus 2 how many times? It goes x plus 2 times, right? And this is supposed to multiply 8x minus 5. Okay. And then we have the second part of -3. So we check x plus 2 goes into x plus 2 how many times? It goes 1 times. So 1 times 3. Okay. There is it. So let me just change my color of pen. Things are getting messy. So now we can open the top bracket. We take x, multiply everyone. We'll have 8x squared minus 5x. And then we take this 2, multiply everyone also. We'll get 16x minus 10. And then finally, we have this person here, -3, yeah? And everything is divided by x plus 2. So we are ending up with an algebraic fraction, which is 8x squared. What is -5x plus 16x? Quick in the calculator. We'll get positive 11x. And then -10, -3 is -13. And all this is over x plus 2, okay? So that's it, guys. That is the answer to the question. All right. So I'm hoping you have learned something in this video, and I'll try my best to do another video on functions so that we can just have varied ways of solving problems in functions. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe.
Audio Jungle.